I was in isolation for 74 days.
Oh my
74
gosh.
days.
Oh my
74
gosh.
days.
That's 2.5 months.
What'd you do with your time, buddy?
I am a COVID survivor. Yeah. So I got it. I got it in March. I was in Singapore, perfectly fine. This was on the 13th of March, so it was before the travel advisories were really coming out. It was only essential travel and whatnot, so you could still fly out wherever you wanted to go.
I went over to England. I got it on my flight. I didn't touch anybody. I did the whole thing with the hand sanitizers. Didn't shake anyone's hand. Wore a mask throughout that time. I don't even remember shaking anyone's hand when I was there. I arrived in March. I did a couple of dinners with some people. Again, no contact. And about 4 or 5 days later after that, somebody from that group fell sick. And I said, oh, I was feeling all right. Then 2 days after that, it hits you like a train.
Really?
Yeah. It was like in the afternoon, you're feeling, I'm okay. And then by night, I was at 40-degree fever. Every part of my body was aching. My case was considered mild by the levels that everybody else is getting it. Because it didn't really go down to all throughout my lungs. But I can definitely see, like, how if you get it and you are like an older person or you're already compromised, you can definitely see how it can take you out in a couple of days really fast. Have you guys ever climbed a mountain?
Yes.
And the air gets really thin up top and you start, maybe altitude sickness is a thing.
Well, I've never climbed a mountain. I just imagine that's how hard it's going to be, right?
Does it feel similar to the flu at all?
Yeah, no, it feels like the flu. But the flu's just gone through like 2 years of steroids and working out 5 hours a day.
And how long were you sick for?
I was sick for, it was pretty bad for about 4 or 5 days. And then that's when the fever broke. And it took about another week for me to be like, I felt fully recovered. I had a bit of a cough and whatnot, but those, you can't even lie down. You've gone to the gym the first time in months and whatever muscle you were working out was aching. Imagine that from head to toe. So even lying down on your bed, whatever it was it's just painful. You get up and you're out of breath. Yeah. I'd say 2 weeks until I was absolutely perfect, but it was good. The first 4 to 5 days was harsh. After that, it was really bearable. I actually went to the hospital in the UK. I went to A&E.
What do they do?
They told me to go home. They said they couldn't take me in.
No way.
Yeah, because you weren't like dying.
Well, yeah, but I go in, right? And they're like, we're really full. We can't take you in because we know how bad it's going to get. If you're well enough to come here on your own, you're well enough to go home.
Wow.
That's what they said.
What?
I managed to get a flight back to Brunei. It was like the last flight out of London as well. And when I arrived in Brunei, they did the test there. And I thought after 14 days, I'd be negative and I could just do a quarantine at home, 14 days, and then just get on with my life, right? But I tested positive. When you're positive in Brunei, you have to go into like the full isolation center that they've got here in one of the hospitals, which is fair enough. You want to isolate COVID from the rest of the population because most of Brunei never got it. But their testing is really, really stringent. So rather than you get tested and wait 14 days and they let you out, you need to test fully negative as if you've never been exposed to the virus, like perfect negative, 3 times in a row. I first spent 25 days in the hospital when I had no symptoms. I was just stuck in a room for 25 days. Then I tested negative 3 times. I was allowed to go out, and then I was given another 14-day quarantine at home to stay alone at home. So I did that 14 days. And on my last day, when they say, okay, we want to test you again, they tested it, and it came back positive again.
Wait, what? How many days in a row were you technically positive then? Because that seems...
I was in isolation for 74 days.
Oh my
74
gosh.
days.
Oh my gosh.
Days.
That's 2.5 months.
What'd you do with your time, buddy?
You go through this roller coaster of emotions. It's crazy, right? The first week you're sort of like you're frustrated, you get very angry, and by about day 10, you have your first meltdown.
What's that like?
Oh, it's strange. You just wake up one morning, right? And then because day 10 is when they give you your first retest. So they'll say, so you go to the hospital. We're going to give you 10 days, and then we're going to swab you one more time, and then we can until you start getting your negative. So I thought to myself, all right. I arrived in Brunei. I got positive because it's borderline. It should be negative like by tomorrow, right? So at day 10, I'm expecting like a negative. And I've been in this hospital room. I'm not allowed to leave the room for 10 days. I'm getting quite frustrated. But at day 10, and when the results come the next morning, positive, and it wasn't even close to being negative. It was like quite far from being negative. And then you just lose it, you know. It's like you want to grab your laptop and throw it out the window because you can't do anything. You can't speak to anyone, talk to anyone. And I was put on suicide watch for a day.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so they have doctors that come in every morning. They give the swab, they do the rounds. This is my second stint. So I'm on like 30 plus days inside. And then this doctor comes in, and he's not an English doctor. So I guess he's a South Asian doctor. And he's coming in and he's asking me, how you feeling? I said, oh, I'm feeling fine. I've been, I'm healthy and whatnot. And he says, are you ready for another swab today? Because this would have been like my 15th swab up my nose, right?
Oh God.
Hey, does it hurt? I heard it's not great.
It's not nice. And I remember saying to him like, if I need to take one more of these damn swabs, I'm just going to set fire to my head and then jump out of that window if it's not negative. As a joke, right? It's a joke. Like I said in that he's sarcastic. He's like, okay. And they're all in those bunny suits. I can't even see his reaction to his face. Okay.
Wait, they're in like full head to toe gear?
Yeah, everyone, yeah.
Wow.
Like in a pandemic movie.
Yeah.
Justin, we are in a pandemic movie.
Holy
that's life these days.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's he comes in, and then when they leave, about 2.5 minutes later, a nurse comes up to my door, wedges the door open, and another one comes and stands near the window. And I'm like,
wow.
I thought maybe they were going to come in mopping and cleaning the floor. So I'm just lying in the bed for a while. And I ask them like, what are you doing here? And they're like, the doctor has instructed us to wait and watch over you whilst the psychiatrist comes over from the other hospital. And they sent a psychiatrist over to come and talk me down.
I want to hear more details about that.
Yeah, what did she say? What kind of questions did she ask?
So she has my number, because obviously my number's on record, and I get a phone call saying, hey, Keeran, this is Dr. So-and-so, I'm on my way over. Listen, we've just been told that you've been you've been threatened to commit suicide. I'm like, what? So, are you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. She says, I'm rushing over right now to talk to you if you need someone to talk to. I said, no, drive slowly. If you want, you can pick me up a coffee. I'm perfectly fine. This is total lost in translation. I think the doctor was originally from either India or Bangladesh. Obviously, that kind of sarcasm is not there.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, Kieran's brand of sarcasm is very specifically dry and hilarious in a way. People need to know Keeran. I have heard stories of people getting very angry with Keeran.
I've seen
just being a joke?
I've seen a Brazilian man about to leap across a table to freaking murder you. Do you want to tell that story?